welcome back to the JT Ride or Die podcast. We are so excited to have you here today. This is our first. Some of our ladies are on camera today. We are missing Jenny, and hopefully she'll be back with us next podcast. But this is a podcast for fans, by fans, for Justin Timberlake. And today we have a really exciting show about his most recent album, Everything I Thought It Was. I think we decided to do this because as we've all gone to concerts, we realized that some people just like don't know the album. So we really just wanted to talk about it. It's a great album and not really sure why, but we'll unpack it. We were going to have some special guests with us to go over the Chicago show, but as most of you probably know, that show in about 2.5 weeks worth of shows were canceled due to him being sick. So we hope he feels better because I have got to see him in Orlando on the 9th. So
yeah. Get better soon. We love you.
Get better soon, Justin. We love you.
So hopefully he's resting up and he'll be good to go. The first show will be in Florida on November 8th in Sunrise, Florida. So that should be fun. And let's get into it. So we're rating each song, giving our thoughts. So the first song on the Everything I Thought It Was album, which is kind of, as he described it, has a lot of throwback to other albums, are Memphis. Memphis is kind of a song of its own. I can't really tell you what that would have been a throwback to.
It's more of a retrospective song for him because he's looking back at when he started up to where he is now. So that's basically, that kind of song. And, it didn't grow. It's a grower on me for sure. Like, I didn't really like it the first time I heard it, but the more I listened to it, and obviously he opens with it for the tour, I do like it a lot because it does say a lot about him, where he's been and where he's going in his life and his career. So
yeah, I think it's a good first song for the album to start it off, absolutely, because like you said, it starts the journey off. So we're starting there with him from where it all started. I just give the song itself, like, it's just an 8 to me. A lot of the songs I have album rating and then live rating, but that song just kind of stayed the same for me. Even live, I love that he opens with it and it's cool. It gets everybody excited, especially with the visuals. And I like this song. I don't skip it, but that's where it is for me.
Oh, I liked it when I first heard it. It's always my first song I play when I listen to the album. And I love the rap at the end that he does. So that was always it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I really liked it. I liked it from the moment I heard it just because I thought it was different from anything else he had done. So I would give it a 10 out of 10. I have heard a lot of people say they skip it. I've heard people say they skip it because like they don't hate it, but they want to get to like the good stuff, which is interesting way to put it. But I've heard that phrased a lot. But I liked it because it was a different sound. I think the end fits into the opening of the show great, which is probably why we don't get the entire song. So that was probably a really good creative move. But yeah, that would be a 10 out of 10 for me. It's different. I don't think he's done a sound like that before, so it wasn't what I thought it was going to be at all.
Yes,
when I first heard it,
definitely not.
Yeah.
And when he gave us the preview of it, that was, I think, very deliberate because it was very little we could pick up on at the time. But it is very personal. I think it's very honest. I think has some more honest moments than I thought it would. If people pay attention to it. So yeah, I think it's a 10 out of 10. I don't skip it. I enjoy it.
I really like it. I don't skip it either. I will be fair. I did not give anything a 10, but I don't give any songs 10s because I know his next album is going to be even better, and I don't want to be like, oh, well, I'll give that a 10.
So you can't give us
already prepared for the next
So
album.
none of them
can't
have
give him the
10s.
flowers now.
No, none of them have 10s.
Oh my!
But if he never did another album again,
then I would go back and rewrite them as all his work.
Okay. Oh,
I'm just trying to be honest. That's I know there's more in him.
all right. Fucking up the disco.
Fucking Up the Disco, I immediately loved when I heard it.
Yeah.
I love the snippet. That's definitely very different than what he has done. And when the beat drops, it's so good. And it's so good live too. That's a 10 out of 10 for me.
It is really good live. I like the beat to it. I like that everybody really gets into it. Most of his songs really have a good beat and a vibe. Like you're just sitting there and you're vibing, whether, there's a lot of fast pace in the song or not. A lot of them have different beat drops, and Justin's really known for switching like songs. So where it makes it feel like you're listening to two different songs in one song, and I love how he does that. I gave this one an 8.5.
Oh my.
Yeah, I did it.
Yours like
Crazy.
It's crazy to me.
Do you know what? I think this camera idea was not a good idea. I can't no face.
Hey, it's honest.
Yeah, but okay.
For me, it's a 10 out of 10. Like even hearing it live, the dance, even though he cut out the second verse of it, it is really upbeat. It reminds me of Future Sex Love Sound album. It just gives me that sort of vibes. But yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 for me, that song.
Hopefully once he gets better, maybe he'll put it back. Maybe it was a way for him not to overexert himself. Looking back on it now, we didn't know it at the time, but I think he likely got sick right after his ankle. So yeah, those. So because I really hope he puts it back in. Both songs are new songs. I think they should be done in completion because they're new songs. Unfortunately, some people have observed during both. I think it's Fucking Up the Disco and Imagination that he cut. That some people they don't have a clue, and and then when they leave, you'll see the ratings go up on the album, where you'll see it start charting a little bit because people will go back and listen to it. But it's definitely that one is a solid 10 out of 10 for me as well. It performs great, which is why I'm hoping we get a live album really soon. Because it sounds much better. I mean, it sounds good on the track, but it sounds incredible live. So I would really like to play a live version of that on a daily basis if we could get a live album out of him.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
So next one is No Angels. That one has really become one of my favorites on the album. Wasn't originally, but over time it really has. So that for me is definitely a 10 out of 10. It's an incredible opening to the show. I almost hate that it's the opening of the show because then you won't get to experience it again during the show. But yeah, it's great. That's a 10 out of 10, hands down.
Yeah, same for me too. 10 out of 10. I loved it since I heard it when he played it in Memphis for his One Night Only show. He did a little preview of it. And I love the disco beats to it and the disco vibes, and I love the music video. It's just it's a good song. It's 10 out of 10 and better live. And, he opened the show with it, which was incredible. So.
Yeah, for me, yeah, it's 10 out of 10 as well.
Yeah.
The music video is really good. I didn't realize it was him at the back in the boot. I thought it was someone else. So it took me like ages to realize it was him. But yeah, the open is good. It's a good opener song. And yeah, it's 10 out of 10.
That video stirred up a lot of stuff too. People were looking for clues in it. He started off as good Justin with the pearls, and then bad Justin left without the pearls. And so the video had a lot into it. So I think that added to it. No Angels has always been a favorite one of mine off of the album. It's got a really good dance beat to it, really good flow. I give it a 9, but live I give it 9.5.
Love it. Love it.
Today I love you. Her faces are so funny. I'm just like, hey, I'm just like looking up at you and like,
wow, sorry. He's just holding out for something we don't even have. I remember on TikTok the day it was released. I loved it. I did a review for it. He liked the video, and then several other people went and listed like all the things that they thought were in the video, like the Blade references, the Tales of the Body Snatcher, I think is one of them. There's a lot. There's a lot going on in that video, and he went through and like several of the comments. So I was like, great, everyone was right. So when I look back at that video, there was a lot of horror movie references that he clearly was making. One thing that was frustrating was someone said on my video, you know, oh, nope, that was me. I said it on his video, you know, that like, you know, we got to have a sequel. We got to have a follow-up. And he liked that comment. And I feel a little busted because like nothing. It deserves something. I don't know what song or what it would be, but it deserves an ending. Clearly, it's not finished. So
yeah, I felt like it was going to take us on a journey, but then it didn't. Like, that was the first video and left it open. Like, okay, now this is a replacement Justin, obviously. Like, the bad Justin's taking over. So what's going to happen now? And he leaves, and he's going on this journey, and then it's like nothing. Like, where's the rest? Where's the rest of the stuff?
Yeah.
So there might be more.
If you ever hear this, we really want the movie finished. It's very cinematic, but it needs to be finished. So the next one on the list is Play. I've heard a lot of different opinions about this. Some people don't like it. Some people only like it live.
Yeah, I like Play. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. I didn't know what it would be like live. I didn't know how he'd perform it live. So when he uses it to walk down to B stage, it kind of goes well with that. But it's a good song, but I get why people have mixed opinions on it.
Yeah, I love Play. I loved it when I heard it. I wasn't sure at first, but I just let the song kind of play out when I listened to it. And that song probably could have been on Future Sex Love Sounds if he wanted it to be. Yeah. It gives that type of vibe. And I like what you said, Faye. Like when he comes down to B stage, it definitely fits that vibe. And I love the horns. That's my favorite part is the horns.
Yeah. The horns are incredible on that song. I think it's one of those songs. Oh, go ahead, Kel.
I was just saying, I like the song too. It's good.
Yeah, I really liked it. I mean, I liked it when I heard it on the album a lot, but I really liked it live. I think it was one of those songs like with Justin and Jimmy were talking in an interview, and he was like, "Oh, Justin will make a song." And he was like, "Oh man, I can't wait to perform this live." I feel like it was recorded with that intention because it comes across as such a party song, and it really comes alive during the show. So I feel like when he made it, that was one of the ones that he made it with a live performance in mind for sure.
Yeah.
But it sounds really good. Some people, a lot of people skip it. A lot of people skip it, but
I've heard that too.
Yeah, once you hear it live, I don't understand how you can still skip it because then you have that live memory in your head. But even if you haven't seen it live, but no pun intended. No pun intended. I really meant that.
It's definitely not a skip song for me, and I don't understand that either. How people are skipping that song because it's definitely a great song to listen to. It's upbeat, it's fun. Live, it definitely is a lot better, and it came to life during the live performances where they have so much fun with it. Him and his dancers and the Tennessee kids, like everybody is having so much fun. The audience interactions is like amazing. So I just think it's a fun song, and I'm glad it's on the album. I really like it.
Yeah. So, Kels, what's your rating?
So it's a 7.8 and then an 8.3 live.
7.8 and 8.3.
It's 7.8.
Yeah.
Not an 8.
It's an 8.3 live.
There's got to be a 7.8.
funny.
Yeah.
We're getting like fucking pie numbers now. I don't even understand what's happening here. But okay. And play is a transition song into well, I thought I heard him say it's a transition song into Technicolor, but then Technicolor opens with the transition song into Technicolor. So anyway, we're at Technicolor. That's definitely a great song. It's a throwback to his longer songs on the 2020 experience, which I kind of wish we experienced more on this album. This is the longest song we have. It's just overall a good song. I'll be honest, I didn't love it as much until I saw it live. This one definitely was one that caught on for me live. I enjoy it on the album, but I think it was only because I really only started enjoying it until I saw it live. So overall, it probably would be a 7 for me. But it's a vibe, don't get me wrong. But there's a disconnect between the album and the live. I think that's just me though.
I think the first part of the song is really good, amazing. And then you get into it, you listen to it, then I'm like, okay, I can move on, kind of thing. But live,
I've experienced that too.
Yeah, but live is amazing live. It really is amazing live. Like the dancing, it just fits well. But I'd give it probably like 7.5 out of 10.
I loved it when I first heard it.
This is my favorite song, so.
Yeah, this is Kelsey's song, so.
Okay.
My absolute favorite song on the album, which is tough to pick because you guys know that I have a hard time picking favorites on anything because I like everything, but Technicolor just like slides out a little bit just for whatever reasons. Songs speak to you, they talk to you. This has been that song from the beginning. And live, it's even better. I love watching the dance performance because not a lot of people do that anymore. The interpretive dance and stuff, they do like dancing and stuff, but Technicolor is a whole different vibe. And like he has the colors in the concert in the stadium and stuff, so you're seeing all the different colors, so like you feel it. So I give it a 9.2 on the album and a 9.6 live. Yep.
Oh god. Oh, 9 points.
This was actually a good time to do video.
Oh my god.
I haven't even got to say no more.
Well, I love the song. So I loved it when I first heard it. It feels like you're floating almost. That's what the experience that I felt when I first heard it. And then he transitions into the second verse, and I feel like it just got better. I like it live. Yeah, it's an incredible, beautiful song. And I do wish he did have more longer songs on this album.
Yeah, I also wish it was longer live. Because I was watching it earlier today and I was extracting the video for Twitter, and the video is only like 3 minutes and 50 seconds. And I was like, so that kind of harkens back to what Faye was saying, which I agree with her. I prefer the beginning of the song almost to the rest of the song, the transition. And the transition is cut. The whole song is cut live, but the transition is cut considerably. So even though it sounds good, it's much shorter in the live version, which kind of sucks. Because it's a great song. It sounds really good live. It's definitely a vibe like song for real. But, I think again, I just really need a live album. I think that would solve a lot of my problems.
You can roll down the windows in your car and just blast it. Like that's how I feel. Right. That's like for me.
Maybe he'll pull up alongside of us like he did those ladies outside of the stadium. Remember? When they were playing Technicolor.
That reaction was so hilarious.
Yeah. That would be great. I'm gonna do that in Jacksonville. I don't have my car. Anyway, bad idea. All right. So because he's been sick, we don't really have a lot of news. But Kelsey, he added a concert. You want to pronounce that name?
He did, yeah, I'm gonna try and pronounce this as best I can. It's a festival in Mexico. It is called Tecate Pal Norte, in Mexico, and it's April 4th, 5th, and 6th. So I know he's doing concerts in Mexico already, but this is just an added extra event that he's doing. So
Yeah, the other concerts were arena concerts, and they sold out super fast.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember thinking, oh, maybe, well, this was before the cancellation. I wouldn't have been able to make it anyway because February. But I was like, oh, maybe if there are seats left. Well, I didn't have to worry about that. Mexico took all the seats for,
Right.
for 2 nights. So I'm sure they're very happy a festival was added. That's it.
Oh,
That's
for
all
sure.
the news, y'all.
That's all the news. Yeah.
Well, Justin and Jimmy dropped a song. Jimmy dropped an album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah. Cute. That's it. That's
You'll
not
be
cute.
there.
Not. Yeah. I only played it once, and that's it.
Has everybody
Exactly.
listened to the song yet?
I haven't yet.
Yeah,
No?
that's it.
Mm-mm.
I've listened to it, and
Well, I like the very end of it, like the song's over, and then Justin makes a comment, and he's like, "Why are we like this?" And I was just like,
that bit
cracks me up the whole time. Like, why are you
Oh.
guys like this? Because you guys are crazy.
I didn't hear that. I
Yeah.
cut it off before then.
Oh, yeah. At the very end, he goes, "Why are we like
Yeah,
this?"
but we like
Why we like
Yeah.
this?
Oh,
Yeah, it's so
That was
Justin. It's so funny.
that's so nice. So, Jimmy is having a holiday special. I assume it's on NBC. I'm not sure. They don't have a holiday special December 4th. They released a sneak peek photo that was pretty cute of some Technicolor snow suits. So I'm sure whatever they're getting into will be hilarious. Kels, I'm not gonna repeat what you called them in your Twitter post. I don't know if you guys saw her post about the snowsuit picture, but go read it. It was hilarious.
I have to look back on it.
And, yeah, it was hilarious. But anyway. Oh my God,
Everyone's gonna have to go check it out.
I don't
Yeah,
think they're gonna be
follow
up to
Kels
those
on
kind
Twitter
of
and check it out.
shenanigans. But okay. That was not my definition of those words, but cool.
I just
funny.
can totally see them playing those characters, you know? Yeah.
I think those days are over. I think there was a time where they were, but I think those days are behind them now. All right, so to jump back into the album, our next single is Drown. This is probably one of the few songs I can take or leave. I like it live. It sounds really good. His vocals are really good. He'll experiment with different, but on the album, it's a pass for me. I definitely don't think it should have been a single, especially since we didn't get a video in it. I'm not really sure what the point was. So that's the only way I give like a 5 and a skip.
I think Drown for me live is so good. Like the visuals are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I really like, looking at the visuals. When I first heard it, I thought it was good, but then when the album came out, it kind of drowned it out. So I'd give it like a 6 out of 10.
Fair enough.
I like the song. I sometimes skip it, but other time, like if I'm playing it in my car, I just let the album play all the way through. I do think it shows off his voice really nicely. So probably like an 8 out of 10 for me. And it's really good live too.
Yeah, this is one of my other top songs. I just connect to this song. I really like it for many reasons in my life. This song just relates to me a lot. And so with how well his vocals are on the song, I feel like the way he sings it, if you relate to the song, like you really feel it. Like whenever I play this song, I'm in my feels for sure.
For sure.
So I never skip it. I always listen to it, and I just really like it. On the album, I gave it an 8.8. Live, I do give it a 9.0 because the visuals and his voice singing it is just amazing.
Like, so none of the numbers were even. I mean,
Oh god.
Oh.
the
Yeah.
8.8. She's trying to be fancy. That shit doesn't even make sense at this point. It's kind of funny because it's like he did cry me a river, but then he's like drowning. So like, I want
Yeah.
to say the two songs are connected, but then I don't because he shouldn't be the one drowning if you told her to cry
Yeah.
river.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But then
that's
it's
true.
kind of like maybe it hurt him more than he let on.
Which I
When
think
he
is
told her to
absolutely
cry
the
river,
case.
he's the one actually
think it is,
drowning
yeah.
in it. So
Because like when you
Yeah.
have a bad breakup, you try to be tough, right? And you're like, fuck that person, right? You try to like have that exterior, but inside you're like, well, this sucks. Like this hurts. So like I feel like he
Right.
kind of did that with Cry Me a River. He was pissed off. So
Yeah.
he was
Right.
like, cry me a fucking river, you know? But then after like he was stewing on it, because there's some other songs on his albums where you're like, okay, this really hurt him as
Yeah.
a person. And I think that's where that comes out.
Yeah.
And he's just like, well, how can you let me drown like after everything I did for you? So like that's where I feel like the two come together.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. All right. And the thing was, we enter a much different stage after Drown. With Liar. Feels weird. The transition feels weird. But I love that song. I would definitely give it a 9. I'm very salty it's not performed live. Like, there's so many songs I would just chuck off a cliff since we could get Liar. I love it. It's a 10 out of 10. It was the first time he experimented with like Afro beats. I also think it would have been a great single. Great single. It would have been a great single over the summer. And that was just a giant missed opportunity. So definitely a 10 out of 10. Deserves more attention.
When I heard the snippet of it, I didn't really like it. I didn't like it. And I was hoping I'll like it when I heard the whole song. And it was really good. I mean, live, I'm just picturing it live. I don't know if I can see it live. I'm filming it live. But I'll probably give it like a 8 out of 10. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like Faye too. I didn't really like the snippet when I first heard it, but once I heard the whole song, I'm like, okay, this is actually pretty good, and it's a different sound for him with the Afro beats and stuff. So, but yeah, it's probably a 9 out of 10 for me.
I agree. When I first heard the snippet of it, I was unsure. I was like, okay. But when the full song was out, I do like it. I do like the beat to it. I like when he experiments and tries things that are different. And then I know that there was some rumors going around that there was a video coming out of this because there was some stuff put on social media about this song, but we have not received that video yet, so we'll see. But all in all, I gave it a 7.8.
Yeah, that person was me. That person was me. Because Fireboy put out a snippet of a video, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is great!" Like, okay, even if he did it, maybe it's just a snippet, and then we got nothing.
No, we ain't got nothing.
So that sucked.
Yeah, that did suck. Not gonna lie, that would have been a really cool summer song.
Cool video, yeah.
Right.
A video for sure.
Summer, spring, whatever.
Yeah.
Shit, this winter, I take it now.
Summer.
We need a new single. Like, we need another. This album needs another single. Like, it really does. It almost feels. I hate to say this. It almost feels forgotten about, and I absolutely can't stand that. Because so many people are saying, "Oh, I'm going and I'm loving hearing him like perform the hits," and that's all like well and good. But the album, I mean, the tour is based on everything I thought it was. Sorry, I'm getting the names mixed up. It's based on an album. It's not like a hits tour. So I don't know. What are you gonna do? And then Liar, it's a pretty good segue into Infinity Sex. Kind of has like a disco sound to it.
Oh yeah.
I have conflicting feelings about Infinity Sex.
Ooh.
When I first heard it, I was like, it's okay. It's okay. But I like it better now. I would say a 7 out of 10. For
No,
sure.
when I saw the title of the song, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna love it. I can't wait to hear it straight away. And then I heard the song, I was like, yep. Even though the ending I don't like, but we'll deal with that. But live is amazing. The dancing's amazing. Yeah. So I'll give it 10 out of 10.
Yeah, same for me. 10 out of 10. That was like one of the songs I claimed when we released all the song titles. I'm like, oh, Infinity Sex. Okay, this is interesting. Yeah, I love it live. That's another song that could have been off of Future Sex Love Sounds as well. So yeah, 10 out of 10.
I like the song as well, and I really do like it performed live. I feel like
Live is
most
great.
of the stuff that he does is live is like it makes it so much better. It really does. But it's a good song, and so I give it an 8.2 and an 8.8 live. I'm waiting for your patience, Janera.
You just doing this to piss me off.
You know she's gonna do this the whole
I'm not
video.
upset.
She's gonna do this the whole time.
So specific.
If it is specific.
So my beef with Infinity Sex was when I heard the album. I heard the title. I was like, yeah, this is great.
Mm-hmm.
But then I kind of have a beef with it because it's the shortest song on the entire record. And I feel like if you're gonna name a song Infinity Sex, maybe we should have gotten past like 3 minutes. I'm just saying. I was not impressed.
Yeah, I agree.
But what about the whole hotel room being insured thing?
Yeah, well,
That is
Yeah,
some
the
bullshit.
hotel room insurance.
but
You know
That is
what
some
I'm saying?
bullshit. There's no such thing. I just want to let him know.
yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? Okay,
As
what hotel
hotel
are you at? Is there like private
insurance.
insurance that you get or something?
No. His rich ass, if he tear it up, he paid for it. In the bill.
He better be paying for it. He's got
Period.
money, he can pay for it.
Exactly. Period. He
Yeah.
don't need no insurance.
Yeah, that's
It's
it, right? Mm-mm.
platinum card.
Oh God. I forgot about that part too, the
Yeah.
insurance.
That first I was like, wait a minute, what? I've been working in hospitality a while. I don't know nothing about
It was fun because you put that out there, Janelle. You're like, I don't know what you're saying. People are like, really? I thought there was hotel. The amount of people that are like, there's hotel
Is there
insurance.
hotel insurance? No.
And then you're like, no, not a thing. Doesn't exist. It was so
Break
funny.
it.
No.
You tear that shit up, you pay for it, period, sir. I don't even know where he got that from. I like the wind down of the song. I just don't like the end of the song.
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
the wind down of the song more than I like the song, and then the end of the song. So if I have to break it up into a 7, and it's too short. But I like it live. Like live is crazy.
Yeah.
I love the visuals live. It's really good. It's really good. Next is Love and War. I know I said Drown was the only skip, but honestly, I could skip Love and War. Like I very rarely feel like I'm in the mood to sit through that song. I would still give it a 7 out of 10 just because he sounds great. I think the lyrics are absolutely beautiful. It's just not one I feel like really drawn to.
Yeah, I'm like you. I skip it. It's one of the songs that I skip. I'd give it 5 out of 10. I'm not bothered to hear it live, to be honest. But the song is good, but I don't really enjoy it as I do the others.
I really like the song. That's another one that's on my list. But again, I relate to this song. So this song has like a lot of stuff in my life that I feel like. So I really like it, and his vocals on it are good. So on the album, I gave it an 8. And then when he did it live, which was only the one time in Hershey, that was hot. That was a hot performance. I felt like it was perfect. It was the 4th of July.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah,
that man was sweating buckets. He had
He
like
was
sweating on his back.
Okay, he was hot and hot. Okay, and so I gave that an 8.6 for him being double hot. Okay.
Oh gosh. I mean, I skip the song too sometimes. I probably give it like an 8 out of 10. I think it shows off his vocals really nicely. I know some people compared it to Prince It gives like Prince vibes
Yeah.
for the
I did.
song.
Yeah.
So
That's who I thought of when I first
Okay.
heard it for sure.
yeah, and I do like the live performance he did in Hershey. I thought his vocals were so on point,
Yeah.
even though he was sweating buckets up there in Hershey.
Mhm.
That was crazy.
Oh God,
Yeah,
that was.
probably 8 out of 10 for me.
Yeah. 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 Definitely have major Prince vibes. Like I said, sounds really good, but
Mm.
I don't really know where it fits on the album. I think maybe it should have been
Yeah.
further down, like around What
Hmm.
Lovers Do, Selfish and Alone. Because you
Yeah.
haven't finished
Yeah.
that, and you have Sanctified and Love and More kind of, it
Yeah.
breaks
It
your
just doesn't.
momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a little mismatched. So not a bad song. Speaking of which, yeah, Sanctified is
Mm.
great. I definitely think that is a 10 out of 10. I remember when I first saw it, we first got a taste of that on SNL. I didn't know, I really didn't know what to make out of it. Like I was like, this is different. It took a couple of like listenings to really get it in, to watch the performance, to hear it on the album, and then I would give it a solid 10 out of 10 for sure. And
Yeah.
it's incredible live. It's really good live.
Because I remember he sang it at the one that only in New York for the opening, and I was like, oh, I love this
Oh,
song. And then
Oh yeah, he did.
SNL, and that was amazing. But I don't think it really hits in the album than it does live. I prefer it live
Yeah.
than it does in the album. But I'll still give it a 10 out of 10 because that was one of my favorites.
A lot of people feel that way with that song. That's something that we heard a lot, where even when he performed it live, before the concert, people heard it on the album and they were like, oh, I was disappointed because I really liked the live version of it. But I mean, he had Toby come out during the live version too. So, it was like the full experience of the song. And I don't know, it's just a really good song. His vocals are great on it. But him performing it live is just really good too. Like he just, all the songs on his albums are, I feel like you feel stuff when he's singing. Like he's one of the few artists that I feel like when you're listening to his music, you're listening to more than just somebody voice dubbed on a thing that has mediocre talent. Like this man is super talented. He's got his vocals, he's got, he writes, he produces, he's creatively on everything. So I feel like it's a different experience with him. But a lot of people say that for Sanctified.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot. I don't feel that way. I think I've said quite a bit. I like it on the album just as much as I do live, but I do think it is a testament to a good artist. There are artists out there that you go see them perform and they're performing exactly the same way on the album. They sound exactly the same way on the album. There's no variation, there's no deviation. To me, that is a huge lack of creativity because an artist should always sound better in person. So I think that is a testament to, we were first introduced to it live before we ever got the album. So that's what we kind of had in our head and was hoping to go into it. So.
That's why it was a little bit of a drop. Yeah.
I think it still burns on the album. I mean,
yeah, I
absolutely
agree with you.
Yeah, you can't like, it's a compliment, it's like your album.
If an artist does not sound good live, I'm not a fan of theirs. Like I am a music snob, as you guys probably think I am right now, but I really am. If somebody has a good album and they sound like crap live, I'm not a fan. I'm like, if you can't sing live, then you don't have the talent that I'm looking for in an artist. Anybody can go in a studio and change their voice and add auto tune and voice of it and all that other stuff. That's not what I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I didn't go yet.
Okay.
Sanctified, I really love. I remember hearing it on SNL, and I think my jaw dropped because that was such a different sound for him. Like he took us to church. I just thought it was incredible, and I do agree with Faye. I do like it better live than on the album because he hits it more different live than on the album. But I do like both versions of it. But that's a 10 out of 10 for me for sure. I love the musical styles that he chose because, like I said, he's never really done anything like that before. So it really shows off his roots and where he grew up in Memphis. that type of style of music, like blues and the electric guitar and all that sort of stuff. So 10 out of 10 for me.
And that's where the Timber Church came in. Everybody is
That's
all
where
of a
the
sudden
Timber Church
going
came
to
in.
Timber Church now. So anybody that was not religious before, that man has brought religion to people. So
He's
he was
saving
able to do
people.
that. His granddaddy would be proud, okay?
That should have been a single. That would have been a really
Yeah,
good
I thought
Yeah.
it was. I
Yeah.
thought we was gonna get a music video.
I thought it would be a single. I think it would have been a nice pairing to No Angels. When I
Yeah.
first heard it, I really didn't know. I heard it and it was so different seeing the live performance. I was just like, I don't know what the fuck that was. I'll be honest with you. It took me having to go back and listen to it several times to be like, okay, this is good. I like this. The first time I was just like trying to take it all in. I really didn't know what to make of it, but I think it would have been a nice pairing to No Angels. I hope he still considers that. I don't really know why they've dropped the ball on videos, but I hope they find it.
I hope so too.
We need more
um,
tools.
which goes into favorite drug, which kind of has that would kind of have like the new modern disco kind of Dua Lipa in it. I really like it. I really like it. I really like it live. It's a lot of fun. I like it both on the album and things. I would give that one a stage. I would give it a 10 out of 10 for sure.
Yeah, my favorite drug is like really party vibes. Live, it's even better. So I'd give it 10 out of 10. That's one of my favorites too.
Was that the song on his birthday that like nothing hurt me more than like on his birthday in New York where he performed? Was it favorite drug or
It was
Yeah.
We've got a little clip. Or was it New York?
It was
think
in
it
New
was-
York.
I-
That was
yeah.
his birthday show. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was so
Oh,
excited
New
and
York,
people were just
yeah.
like
Yeah.
it was the
That
people
was the
they
crowd the whole night. It was so bad. That one night
Yeah.
only did him and his fans dirty, honestly.
Yeah. Well,
Agreed.
that's why you
Yeah.
don't invite a bunch of influencers.
Mhm.
That's
Oh
what you get.
wow.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Wow.
Invited like all the Peloton people. It was a shit show.
Oh wow.
People were
Plus,
leaving.
the few spaces they had to let fans in, fans were not getting let in. There was people that were there camped
Yeah.
out since 5 in the morning, and then there was other people that didn't even know Justin Timberlake really, and they're just like, oh, I want to be part of this, and they
Yeah.
walked right in. I was there in person, so I saw this happen. So it's not hearsay. I was literally one of those people standing there, and did not think I was going to get in, but I just went to meet some of the fandom and try it. I'm from New York. What the heck? It's an hour and a half away. No big deal, right?
Yeah. But they had only
Jump on
picked
over
like
and see if I can get in. It was his birthday, and it was handled bad.
yeah. They only had picked like 10 people from the lottery. So that tracks. It was only I mean, thousands and thousands of people entered. 10 people were picked.
Mhm.
That was his marketing team's fault. It was I think they wanted to do promotion for the album and it backfired because it was a terrible crowd. But
There's no better promotion than fans, though. They'll push your stuff. You know what I mean?
right. Not Peloton
Mm.
instructors.
Exactly.
No.
All right, so we do have some facts about the album. So this one, someone brought up on Twitter. I lost my other fact just that fast. Okay, that was about Flame. So Flame and Alone have a connection where we have the famous line in Flame where he says, I've got receipts, you've got receipts. And if you've been in a relationship and y'all have receipts, it ain't gonna work. He says in Alone, in love there are no receipts. So Flame comes before Alone in the track. So yeah, the relationship has burned up and he's alone. And they just reference back to each other. So it's a cool little Easter egg there.
Mm-hmm.
Also on Imagination. I mean, there are a lot of Easter eggs in it. You just have to, go through an Imagination. He has the line, I heard you taste like cotton candy. I'm just trying to see. A lot of us have faced outfits around that album, including myself and Kels.
Mhm. Yep.
And then My Love, he says her lips taste like cotton candy. So Imagination feels very Future Sex Love Sound. So definitely he was harking back to that. So those are two fun ones. And did you have one, Kelsey?
Yeah, it was kind of what you tied on to Future Sex Love Sounds.
Yeah.
With the meaning of it, you know, before he ever set foot in the club, he's already dreaming of what might be, and that's what the title track Future Sex Love Sound is all about. Imagination.
Yeah. I always thought the title was like wild because I was really young when that album came.
Yeah, I was too.
Yeah.
And I
I
remember like fighting for my life, trying to
Mhm.
just like,
Yeah.
wow, guys got a whole.
And that was my favorite album before this one. And so that's actually why I went with the whole cotton candy thing, was because Future Sex Love Sound was my favorite album previously. And he's actually made reference to it a couple times, so it just sticks out.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a classic album. It was so funny when, you know, people would, you know, ask him back in the day, what did the album title mean? And I was in high school when it came out, so I was like fighting for my life to my parents to even let me have it. It was like, this guy, Mr. Insinger, is out there, huh?
Well, because he had the parental advisory label, and I'm like,
yes.
That shocked me. I'm like,
but my mum already had the album, so I was lucky then. I think.
yeah, lucky you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was and then he would always get like super flustered, or when people would ask him what it meant. You did it. Oh, you think I was gonna ask what that meant? Like, that's not a very common phrase. And so back to everything I thought it was. So there was a lot of controversy about how well the album did. But from all perspectives, you're talking about someone who's been in the business over 30 years. And the album did do incredibly well, especially considering his fans are amongst the younger to older millennial crowd. And we don't know shit about streaming numbers, and we don't get into all that. We listen to it. That's what we do. So the album debuted at number 4 on the US Billboard, giving him the 6th top 5 album in the country. So all of his albums have placed in the top 5 upon their, you know, debut. So nothing crazy there. You know, nothing out of the ordinary, even though some of the media tried to make it seem like it wasn't a flop. It was the first one that didn't reach number 1, but it still charted incredibly high. It also reached top 5 in Germany, Poland, UK, and several other countries. So it's still a success. That's why I get kind of salty that the record company did not put more into promoting it, didn't put more into singles and videos. But you will hear a lot of artists complain about that right now, that they're not promoting their artists. So that is not new, unfortunately. All right, so jumping back into the album, we have Flame. That's become very popular live for obvious reasons. Not one of my favorite songs.
Oh gosh.
Not one of my favorite songs, but I mean, it's good. I would give it like a 6 or a 7. I think it's really cinematic. That's what I thought it was another one that could have done very well as a music video, because it definitely has a very cinematic feel to it. So I boosted a little bit. I give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I think now it hits different for me now. So when I hear it, obviously I get this butterfly feeling, but I've always liked it. I thought it was different. So I'll give it a 10 out of 10.
We're gonna have to see if that changes for you, Janera, when you get your
it will.
I know you were gonna say that.
When you get your flame jump, okay? Everybody listening, Janera's getting her flame jump, okay?
It probably will. It probably
will.
It'll go from an 8 out of 10 to a 10
out of 10.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
That'll be a good comparison to see, though.
Yeah, I have to force myself not to skip it, because obviously I have to learn the Flame rap. And I'm terrible at learning lyrics. I have most of it done. So
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's
I
good
have
though.
like it's so weird because I remember clearly I was not cut out to be a rap star because I remember the lyrics, like the sing-songy lyrics. Like he'll definitely know that I know the song, but then in the rap, I'm like, okay.
Mhm.
Plus, when he's right in your face, you might just be like, "Sing to me," and I will say the last line, but just sing to me right now because you're right in my face.
Listen, I almost
Yeah.
passed out watching him drink
No,
a
no,
bottle
just
of
keep
water
going.
and change
No,
out of a
no,
trench
no,
coat.
no.
VIP is gonna be a fucking mess. I don't know.
Anybody listening to this, please make sure Janera gets the flame jump. I have to see this, okay? We have
Yes,
to see
please.
this
We have to
moment.
see
This
it.
is gonna be this shit is gonna wind up on TMZ. This is gonna be the worst.
We need to see it, okay? Thanks.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, Flame is a good song. I like it a lot more live than I did on the album. Like the album, I gave it a 7.8, but live it's an 8.4 because he's like literally right there performing with you. And I like how they make a big deal about it. You know what I mean? So even though he's not doing the jump right now, him and the Tennessee Kids still do like the theatrical thing with it. You know, they're still making it a deal. So I like that.
Yeah.
And I think it's fun for everybody at the show.
Yeah, like they kind of like
Yeah,
sneak over.
they added in
Yeah.
to it.
Turn around,
Yeah.
like turn around.
Mhm.
Which I'm fine with as long as you don't go messing up ankles again or knees or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, please
Problem.
don't mess up any ankles or knees or anything
Yeah.
like that.
Yes.
I liked it when I first heard it, but now I love it even more live. Just because it has a whole new meaning to it and it is very cinematic. That would have been a really cool music video. I do agree.
Yeah.
When he first said "what the fuck" at the end of the
Yeah.
rap, I'm like,
Mm.
what?
Yeah.
I started laughing because I didn't expect him to be that blunt like that. But I do like it even more live. So it's probably like a 9 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, that's always funny live. I remember in Europe, they were just like the politest "what the fucks" I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, and Americans were all
I was.
aggressive.
Faith wasn't. Faith was
I
more
Faith
on the
was
American
not.
side.
Yeah, yours was cute, Faye.
Just so you know. Some of them were a little more like, I don't know. I was like, that's no, gotta be aggressive. And then one
I
he
feel
did
like
the
he's
other
very
day.
aggressive over here.
Yeah,
Over
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
You were like, what the
Like you
fuck?
want
Like,
to
whoa. Yeah.
if you don't know nothing else, everybody knows that part. And it was funny because not too long ago he did it and there was a child and he was like at the last minute he was like, oh nope, let me put the mic in the face of the camera. I thought that was hilarious. All right, so yeah, that's gonna turn into a classic. I have some friends with me. God willing, the 12th will happen, and yeah.
It's just going out in the universe right now, so it's gotta happen.
Yep.
As soon as he comes on for play, just put your sign up. Just keep holding it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I did, even though, just keep holding it up.
I don't have a flame sign anymore. I have a birthday sign. I mean, it's still my birthday. I mean, it's my birthday. So I have the birthday sign.
Oh, okay.
But my friends have a flame sign. I have a
Okay,
flame
then.
headband. She has a flame LED light hat. If he
Okay.
acts like he can't see us.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No.
Listen, we've been where that headband has been. That headband lit up the whole stadium. So with that alone, his
Right.
ass is gonna see you. If
For
somebody
Right,
sure.
so there's three of
He's gonna
us.
see you
There
anyway,
ain't no
but
way.
he's gonna see you anyway.
There's three of us. Two of us
Yeah.
on the side have the headband.
But
The girl in the middle has a hat. And
Yeah.
we both have orange signs. I mean, no.
Now
But when
he's
he
gonna
walks
do it just
around-
to troll us because we're like, there ain't no way he's not gonna see you. Now he's gonna pretend he doesn't see y'all.
Yeah, well.
no, but when he walks around, he's gonna see you. When he
Right.
walks around, he's definitely gonna see you.
Yeah. No.
Mhm.
No choice.
No. Maybe a little tipsy. He gonna see me. No. All right. So the next is one of my favorite songs, which is "Imagination."
Oh
Very
yes.
favorite song.
Love it.
Oh yes.
Jillian has a video of me completely spaced out during the
It's
concert.
so cute though.
I swear
love
to God,
it.
I was like, do not show anybody that video. She's like, I have to show people because it was just you and him. But it's true. It's just such a dreamy song,
Yeah.
floaty song. I planned a whole outfit around it. I love it. So definitely a 10 out of 10. I love it on the album. I love
Yeah.
it live.
Yeah, that is my favorite song. Like you can just picture you and him with the lyrics. Live was amazing.
They did on
Even the
purpose.
dance, even the dance, the choreography. Yeah, it's my favorite. So definitely 10 out of 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 for me too. Loved it when I first heard it. I love the vibe. That song is definitely a vibe too. And it's like, if I could roller skate with Justin, I would.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yes.
It's roller skating vibes, and it's just, yeah, you can definitely, it's like you and him in this one space, you know. That's the power of him as an artist, and that's how good he is. Like, you know, he could be, when you feel it's just you and him in this one space, in this one room with all these people, like, you know, 20,000 people, and you feel like it's just you and him. That just shows how good that's how good of a performer he is. So yeah, 10 out of 10 for me all the way.
Yeah, he really is an amazing performer. I definitely have a sign idea for this song. If another show comes up, I'm trying to get another show in there, and if so, I have a sign ready to go around this song. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna keep it under wraps until then. But I give this song a 9. I really do like it as well.
Want to know what that sign is?
Yeah, I know.
I'll tell you in the group.
Yeah, tell us in the group chat.
Yep.
It's gonna be something. Well, you know, now you got to come to Chicago to show it off.
I
So
know.
say you
I
got to
have a
do
dress.
it.
I have an outfit.
Yeah, you do have a dress.
Yeah, so that means
dress. It's gonna be so
Yeah.
cold. Anyway.
oh gosh.
Yeah, I'm gonna layer. I told you.
Yeah, I'd rather be cold than sweat to death. So
Hell
Yeah.
no! What?
I don't want to be cold.
I don't want to be cold either.
I live in a desert. When it's
Yeah,
all
that's
Oh,
you
yeah,
not
that's
all the
true.
time.
Girl, when that
But I'm
snows
gonna get those
and that ice hit you.
all day long.
I'll have a jacket, and then I can just strip off in the concert if I get too
Mhm.
hot.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's leggings. The dress
You
is
can't
long
be
enough.
a VIP with me. Cause I'm gonna start drinking and get high.
We did that in the last
I'm not
one.
with her.
We put our costumes on. Well, my costume, your shirt. We changed to VIP.
Right.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
not with her.
I don't know her.
I don't know her.
I don't know her.
All right. So next song is, it's so hard to pick a favorite. If I had to say like my favorite, I have changed my favorite so many times. My favorite fast song used to be my favorite drug. I think it's changed to Imagination. And my favorite slow song has always been What Lovers Do.
oh yes.
And I just want to say that I'm very sick. If they are listening to this, of the background singers who clearly have practiced this many times.
Mm-hmm.
Sound amazing. Keep posting it, and then it never
They
happens.
need to do
So
it. Yeah.
They're
y'all
toying
just
with
need to
us
do it.
all the time.
All
You
the time.
know, I would even take, forget Justin. Y'all need a moment to shine, right? Why don't y'all just go out there and do it? Like, for real.
Yeah, seriously.
Y'all just go out there and do it.
Mhm.
We just want to hear it.
Yeah, wasn't
it's
it out of Technicolor and What Lovers Do?
So Marty, which he never followed up on our repeated questions, said that they had to choose between Technicolor and What Lovers Do.
Oh,
And I want to know,
What Lovers
first of
Do.
all, why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Both of
You
them
shouldn't
would
have
have
had
been
to
great
choose. I
additions.
don't understand that either.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
it's a choice of like not wanting to break the momentum or not wanting the concert to like be low for too long, like trust me, we don't give a
No,
shit. We're
no.
paying a lot of money
Literally.
and we'll be here all night if we have to.
Yeah.
It's such a travesty we don't get to hear that live. We've
Yeah.
never gotten to hear that live. So it's a 10 out of 10. It's
Yeah.
the R&B track we've always wanted, and I hope one day he considers performing that live.
Mhm.
Really upset. We have never gotten that.
Yeah.
That would be great. We're all like dreaming about that song being performed live, so we're just like,
I know,
Right.
everyone's like, I'm like, okay, nobody else, just me? Okay, cool.
No, we're still thinking about how much we want that song live. Like,
So
that's
bad.
pretty
Yeah,
toy
so
with
bad.
Yeah,
us.
Yeah.
it's so sexy, and I'm just like,
So-
I don't understand. Like, I don't know what's going through his brain. Like, you know, because he
There's
shouldn't have had
definitely
to
some
choose.
switches we can do.
They even
Yeah.
have the choreography as well. They have the choreography, so they can just do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
that
how you know what
choreography would've been
Marty was
good.
saying was true. Now, no disrespect, Marty, complete OG. I think his style of choreography is a little too fast for the song. I think it needs to be a little slower in the choreography. In R&B, love songs is not supposed to have choreography that fast.
Yeah.
But at this point, I take what I get.
Yeah.
And that's how you know it was supposed to be performed, because all the pieces are there. And they use it as vocal warm-ups. And I'm like, oops, I'm like, that's trash.
Max
is
could have
trash.
done
Do it.
it. Max could have done the choreography because he did fucking up the disco. That choreography is Max.
Mhm.
Marty
Yeah.
didn't do that,
Okay,
so
okay.
Max could have tried his hand at it.
Yeah.
He probably would have been really good at it.
Yeah.
I take whatever, just bring it. Because
We
it's a
just want
great
it.
segue.
Janira says,
Yeah.
"Bring it, please."
Bring it, please.
Yeah.
Oh, please. I
Yeah.
said please.
Yeah.
I usually say please. Now I'm just like, bring it.
Yeah. Because
Yes.
after you say
Yeah.
please so many times and it goes unanswered, you start getting a little
Like,
bit like,
now.
okay, now.
You have to get aggressive after the
Right.
politeness just doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's a perfect segue into Selfish. Even live, I think it would be a great segue into Selfish. And Selfish, going into that, I loved the video from the moment I saw it. I love the song. I really like the acoustic version a lot
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
kill to have that version
Yeah.
again on an album, because a lot of times it depends on what mood I am. If I'm not really in the mood, I will skip it on the album. But if I hear it, if it comes across my YouTube track, I won't skip the acoustic version. So definitely
Yeah.
still a 10 out of 10 song, because I love the video so much. But I think it definitely hits live a lot harder.
Yeah, I like the acoustic version as well. I like when he performed it at Graham Norton, like the beat and the tone of it. I really like that performance. But yeah, I'll probably give it a 9 out of 10. Yeah, I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
10 out of 10 for me, because this was the song that made me fall in love with him. So
It's Chelsea
in the
song.
video, just he has no right to look that damn good at 43. That's just not fair. Like
Yeah.
the close up of his face, I'm like,
Oh, the
I'm
beard.
gone.
The
I'm a
salt
goner.
and pepper.
There's just-
Oh yeah.
I was like, he still got it. Every time I
still
would
got
tell
it.
someone watch this video, I'm like, he still got it. You gotta see this. He still got it.
It's like you're sitting like this, just
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was me.
Yep.
So yeah. I love the acoustic version too. I think it shows off his voice really well, and I love it live. And 10 out of 10 for me, for sure.
Yeah, it's a really good song, and the video, I definitely really like the video, and I think Faye and I were talking about how much we love the tap dancing in the video.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just how
Yes.
they did that
Needs to
whole
be
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have beef with that too, because I remember when he did like a behind the I got beef. A lot
I
of
was like,
this stuff.
oh, let's hear it.
They did like a behind the scenes video on IG. If you watch the video, there's video of him during rehearsal doing the tap dancing in a suit, and I think at some point that was an idea they tested out for the concert, and it never
that
came
would
out.
be
And
so good.
I fucking hate that, man. I mean,
Yeah, they
I
went
know he's
down
getting
this
up there and they don't want to
route.
stress him out, but that
Yeah.
would be kind of cool if you ever
No,
wanted to do that.
he definitely pulled that off very nicely
Yeah.
and live. I think we would all lose our shit, honestly. Like
Mm-hmm.
he is so good at what he does, and that was just like brought a whole nother level. And the way they did it in the video, like, you know, just the shots and the scenes, like they did it so nicely. So that all went really nice together. And that was a good song to release. Everybody, I haven't heard anybody say they don't like Selfish.
Yeah.
You know, so
I
but anyways,
have.
I gave that a 9.
Which
You
is
have?
wild. Yes, I have.
Well,
Okay.
then they're crazy.
They're wrong.
They're
Yeah.
wrong.
That's
Sorry.
okay. We're all wrong.
Not
once in a
sorry,
while.
but you're crazy if you don't like Selfish.
All right. Not a 9.3.4.5 and 6, 7, 8.
Just a plain old 9.
Oh, okay. Round nothing.
Okay.
I can do that.
No.
All right, Alone. I really like this song. If I'm already in my feels, I'm probably a sadist. I'll just listen to the song till I break down and cry, and then I feel better.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like that was the whole intention of the song anyway. So, 10 out of 10. I would like to hear it once live, just so I can say I heard it once live.
Yeah.
Me too.
Because the vocals are really nice. So. One
Yeah, I
day,
really
maybe
love
during one
Alone.
of the festival. No, maybe not festival. Okay, just sit on a stool and sing it one day somewhere. I don't know.
It's like one of
yeah,
his
I really-
appearances, even, you know, like next time he's on Jimmy, just sit there with a stool like he suggests and sing it to us.
I really love Alone. It reminds me of Never Again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
On
Another
Spotify.
love song. Never again.
So I
Definitely.
really, the lyrics of the song, the violin is beautiful.
Yeah.
I really, really love it. So that's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I missed that song. Sorry, I had a flashback for a minute.
Yeah, you're out of flashback.
No, I was like, wait a minute. Paradise, of course, is very special because it's the first time we've ever had NSYNC together on the album. I have to be in a mood to listen to it. 10 out of 10. I don't always listen to it, but when I do, definitely a 10 out of 10. And I'm sure we'll get to hear it live again one day.
This is probably going to be the most unpopular opinion from anybody listening, and I'm probably going to get some hate for this.
I'll send the hate mail to Cal. She said it already. Let me give y'all. I'll put her email in the comments for you.
I love Paradise. Okay, I love Paradise, and I'm super excited that NSYNC reunited for this. However, on this album, I'm rating it as like a JT album, and to me, that was an NSYNC song. And I don't always listen to it because I'm not always in the mood for it. And I do that with the NSYNC albums too. I love NSYNC. I've always been an NSYNC girly, but there's songs I skip. Sometimes I'm not in the mood, and sometimes I just want to hear Justin. So if they're his solo CDs on, and that's what this is for me. So I gave it an 8.5. I like it. I don't always listen to it. I would get a higher rating on an NSYNC CD. If this was an NSYNC CD, it definitely would be higher. But it's JT.
Yeah, no, I mean that's pretty much
completely
how I
agree.
felt as well. I have to be in the mood for it. You know, we always say I'm a Justin girl first, an NSYNC girl after, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't always feel like being in that zone. So no, I do agree. It's a great song, but I have to be in the mood for it.
I agree with both of you. You have to be in the mood for it. Like Kelsey said, like it's a JT album. But I mean, it's amazing because you get to hear them again in 2024. So that is amazing. But I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10. But I have to be. I've got to be in the mood to hear it.
Yeah, because that was an amazing moment when they reunited, obviously. So that was a whole another experience listening to it live. It was like chills. Everybody was excited. But then when you go back to it at the end of the day, like that is NSYNC and he's JT, and we kind of keep them separate a little bit.
Yeah, I immediately felt nostalgic when I heard it. It's a beautiful song, you know. I'm glad that they reunited for this song. I'd probably give it like a 9 out of 10, and I do have to be in the mood to listen to it as well. But it's really beautiful, and I find it kind of odd. It's after Alone and before Conditions. I don't know if that means anything, but I just find that placement kind of odd. But
it's kind of a hard song to place because
it is.
You know.
Like
he's
it's a hard
alone.
song
He
to
talks about
play.
being alone, and then he's reunited with his boys again. I don't know if that means anything. I don't know
because I mean, when like when you're in infinity sex to about selfish, you're like in the lover zone. So you
Zone,
can't
Yeah.
Yeah.
put five
First
buddies
it's the
in
party
there.
zone, then it's the lover zone,
Right.
and
Yeah.
the last
When you're in
stop is
like fucking up the disco to
Disco.
Technicolor, you kind of got
Mhm.
a little freaknik going on right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So can't put him there. So it's kind of like we'll slide him in after he's lonely.
Yeah, he's lonely.
But
I
his
do
girls
have an
are there.
opinion on it, but it comes
Right.
with conditions. So I'll wait till we get to conditions. But I think I kind of have like just my opinion on the 3 songs back to back.
Okay, well, we're running long on this one, so let's get to conditions. What do you have to say about that?
Okay, so I think that like Alone, we were talking about how it kind of ends the relationship, obviously, going back to they were keeping receipts and you're not supposed to do that in love. It ended up burning out, and so he's left alone and he's reflecting. And then to touch on like what Kelsey was saying, so when you do that, then you look for the comfort of your friends or those that are the closest to you. So that's where Paradise comes in to get you to conditions, which I believe is a love song to yourself. I think that was a love song that he was singing to himself to remind you that you're important and that you need to love yourself again. And after a really bad breakup, sometimes you lose yourself. So that's why I feel like it goes Alone, Paradise, Conditions. That's where my thing comes in with it. And I really like Conditions, and I don't skip that one, and I like his voice on it. And it definitely makes you feel.
Yeah, I
Yeah, it makes me
agree.
cry. It makes me cry. The last bit, it makes me cry when I hear it.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah,
kind of.
I really like it. It's self-reflecting. It's a 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think like the first part of the song is about obviously it's about loving someone under all conditions and surrounding yourself with people who can say that. I like it. Some of the lyrics are a little questionable. I'm like, this is JT Ride or Die podcast, and those lyrics really test the ride or die claims. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
What you talking about, sir? And then the end kind of transitions into I think like a song letter to his fans about not being too hard on yourself. You know, just being who you are and accepting yourself. So I definitely think the song has 2 meanings of making sure you're surrounding yourself with people who love, you have a few people who love you under all conditions, and also taking that same liberty for yourself. I enjoyed the last bit of the song probably more than the first bit of the song, so I would have to probably say an 8 out of 10 for sure. I think it's a nice it's a very nice closing to the album. A lot of his closings tend to be very emotional, and I think it definitely follows that trend. So it was a good closing.
Yeah.
I give it an 8 too. I forgot to say, but so we're on the same page with that one.
Okay. All right. So we made it through the album, and this podcast is running long just because there's a lot of songs. A lot of albums these days be like 8 songs, and the songs be like 2 minutes long. It's crazy. So we in Millennialville tend to like longer albums with longer songs. So now we rate the entire album. So like I said, we were just kind of raw dogging thoughts here. So nobody was keeping track of their scores. So if you're looking for accurate averages, you won't get it.
No.
If I don't remember when I rated Memphis 5 minutes ago or an hour ago. But I would say overall, this album definitely was an 8 out of 10 for me. When I first heard it, there was nothing initially I wanted to skip. Like I've had albums where I'm like, oh no, a few seconds into the song, I don't want to hear it. So I would definitely say this is I would say a 9 out of 10. And I say that even though I rated songs at 5, just because it flows very well. And there's not a song on there that I particularly don't like. Like there's nothing I can say I don't like. I would never listen to this again. So very solid. I initially wanted this to be my favorite album of his, but it's still going to be 2020 Experience Part 2. This is a very close second.
Yeah, that's like me. This is a second, like Justified is first, obviously. and then Everything I Thought It Was is second, and then Future Sex Lifestyle. But yeah, overall I'll give it 9 out of 10.
I can't remember the last time I've ever been excited for an album coming out than this one. Future Sex Love Sounds was my favorite before this album, and I think this album, Everything I Thought It Was, is a perfect album for him at this time in his life. You know, he's in his 40s, he's been married, you know, he has 2 kids. You can tell that he's been reflective in his life and in his career, and I obviously still think he's going to do great things. This album definitely is a 10 out of 10 for me. I do think it's interesting. The last line in Memphis is, I'm everything I thought I was. And the last line in Conditions is, you're everything I thought you would be. So if you think about those lines, they're pretty powerful lines from the beginning all the way to the end. Those 18 songs, it definitely takes us on a journey, and it's very self-reflective on him and his life and his career. So 10 out of 10 for me.
I give this album a 9.8. This is my favorite album. It was Future Sex Love Sound before, like Kelsey, we were on the same page with that. Because again, there's not one single song that I don't like on here, and I won't say that I don't like a song. And there's only 1 or 2 that I'm not in the mood for and I skip, but that's it. But I still like those songs. But most of the songs on this album, one way or another, I relate to. So I just, I really like this album. So it is my favorite album.
Love it. So yeah, so I don't think anyone had like below 8, right? I think it's all 9s and 10s.
9, 10.
All right. So yeah, I mean, it's a great album. I really hope people, you know, whether you've seen the concert live or haven't seen the concert yet, definitely go buy the album. And just listen to it all the way through. If you do it vinyl streaming, I streaming it up. You know, they were talking about the shimmy numbers were very low in the beginning, but once the tour started and people got more exposed to it, they have skyrocketed. So definitely go listen to that. Kels, we had some fan questions to close out of the show, which is new. What are those?
We did. If it's okay, I'm going to do the birthdays real quick. There's not as many as October. So for the November birthdays, happy birthday, everybody. We have Zoe on November 1st, so her birthday passed. We have Amans _ Golke 82. Their birthday is November 3rd. Alexis Noel, her birthday is November 3rd. Our very own Faye, her birthday is tomorrow, November 3rd. So happy birthday, Faye.
Happy birthday, Faye.
Happy birthday.
Then we have Dr. Mo, who is November 4th. Carlene Regis, November 22nd. Goen 1, who's November 23rd. We have Mrs. J's sister, Arian, who's November 26th, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing them right. And our last one is Kimmy, who is All Day I Dream of Shazay. Her birthday is November 28th. So that is our November birthdays.
Nice.
I feel like we had the same amount as last month, but okay.
No, October was like double. Yeah.
Okay.
It was double.
October went by so fast. It did.
Crazy.
I can't believe we're in November.
Our fan question comes from, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing her name right. She did give me a little pointer on how to say it. But her name is Yashanka from the Netherlands. And so she's got 2 questions. The first question is, has anyone been to Justin's house ever, like standing outside? Like, has anybody decided to go visit his house and just stand outside?
No. I think that's past the limit. That is not a thing you should do.
No, that's not a thing to do.
Nope.
Would not.
Yeah.
No.
I have not either.
Nope.
I've had no intention to. I've not had any
fan since I was like 9, and it never occurred to me.
No, that is no.
Okay, so then the second question, this one I think is a pretty good question. And she did give me an answer for this, so I will read her answer as well. But her question was, if you ever had a chance to meet JT, what would you ask or tell him? And
So many things.
so think about that for a minute. And so for her, she said if she didn't fall down or faint, which if she did, she would hope that he caught her. It would be for for him to sing the intro of Holy Grail to her or duet Selfish with her, and tell him that since 2014, he became more important than ever before she was a fan, because in her life, he allowed her to connect with her angel sister who had passed away. When he hears or sees his energy live, it's like a whole being, and she feels like her sister's with her when she goes to these JT concerts. And her last part to that was she would like for him to dance or teach her how to dance Technicolor, which I think we're all on board with that. But so those were her answers. So what about y'all?
I'm not good.
Oh God.
There's so much, but then nothing.
I don't even know
what happened. Nothing at all. Like, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of built up energy in my mind, but nothing would probably actually come out of my mouth.
Yeah.
I know that I wouldn't faint or anything like that. That's the only thing I'm sure of. But I would like to have a do-over so I can ask him legitimate questions and not play it cool. His lyrics literally say, "Don't you try to play it cool." And I'm like the ice.
I'm gonna have to worry about that because I just embarrassed the shit out of myself.
Yeah. How cool is too cool? Like ice, because that's me. I pretended like I wasn't a fan.
Yeah. I would hope I would be slightly inebriated. That's probably the only way.
Yeah. I would like to know if he remembers people though. Like honestly, like if certain people stand out in his mind, like if he's had like random meetings, like when people see him at the hotel or a restaurant years ago or something like that, if he like remembers.
I think he definitely remembers people. I think he definitely remembers people. You can tell that in the concert.
I've heard that
like
he has
Nicole,
really good memory,
whenever he's Nicole, he interacts with her all the time. So definitely, but yeah, definitely remembers people.
Yeah.
Yeah. He always says he has a bad memory, but I don't really buy that.
No, I don't think he does.
He does. So yeah, that's a little. I mean, there's so many as a fan you would want to answer, but I mean, being honest, like I said, unless I had liquid courage, and then probably some dumb shit would come out of my mouth anyway. So
I would ask him for a hug.
Oh yeah, a hug,
right.
A hug, and then just say thank you for your music, and just you're so talented, and just thank you for everything that you've done and you continue to do. And
be mad when I see little kids run up and hug him. So I was like, see, now if I do that, I'm getting security called on me. Get those hugs.
Not true. That's so not true.
I have so many things I want to ask. I have to think about it. Don't have like I would really have to think about it, like, but on the spot, I have no idea what comes out. Y'all know, I don't know what would come out. I have so many things swirling in my head. It probably wouldn't be the best or most appropriate of things. So
just be like, I don't know her.
I don't know her.
I don't know her. You're like, didn't you come with her? No.
Didn't I tell y'all if I ever met him, I was gonna tell him a certain thing? And y'all are like,
and I would be like, I don't know her. We did not come together like the chicken say. I don't know her. Sir. All right. So those are fun. Did you have any more?
Nope, that was it.
All right, we'll wrap this up. So as far as future concerts goes, I was heartbroken Heartbroken. My
Oh.
VIP was canceled in Chicago. So I hope the King is better. Because I need this. I really need this. It's my birthday
Yeah, it's
present.
been
My
boring.
graduation present. Like, let's fucking go. So I have
Yeah.
Orlando on the 9th, Jacksonville, Barstow on the 12th, Atlanta, Georgia on the 16th. Miss Faye, you have the Memphis show
Yeah,
on the
23rd.
23rd, correct?
Yeah.
So November is hot, which means
November's busy.
right, we don't know when we're gonna see you again. but we'll try to get together either at the end of the month or the beginning of December. If we don't see you guys before Thanksgiving. Hey, do y'all have Thanksgiving overseas? Y'all don't have Thanksgiving overseas, do you?
No, we don't celebrate
Yeah.
it. No. But
No.
in schools and nurseries, they do. We do like
Oh.
little things to thing. But yeah, because there's some American kids. But
Oh,
no.
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, we just eat. I mean,
Yeah, we just eat a lot
Yeah,
of
it's like
food.
Christmas.
So.
yeah.
Eat and pass out.
And pass out pretty much.
Right, there you go. So we wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. If you are also going to these shows, have a wonderful time. Make sure you follow us on all major platforms. We're on TikTok, IG, Twitter, Facebook. Yeah, all of them. So thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the deep dive into the album. Go listen to it. Go buy it. Go pick up a vinyl. Do that.
Yeah.
We hope to see
Yes.
Do it now.
we hope to see
Please
you
give
shortly.
this album a chance. It's
Please
amazing.
give it a chance.
Right.
Yeah.
Bye.